Kia ora koutou, how's it all going? My name's Neen, I'm the Joy Ninja. I am here to stuff my weekly money in cash. This is after I've paid all my rent and bills. I have the usual amount this week, which is 310, so let's give it a count. 51, 20, 40, 60, 80, 210, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 95, 305, 310. Jeez, look at that bill. It's been through the wars. All right, so let me just set myself up. This is the last week of November. And I know it's a bit trite to say this because everyone says this, but you know, it definitely feels like this month has gone really quickly. And it's Christmas. I had my hair appointment yesterday. I will try and pop a photo up on the screen. We couldn't do it a pastel colour. I wanted to have like pastel blue or purple or something because she didn't have time. So what she's done is she's dyed it to the lightest blonde possible, and then I'm going to put a rinse through it to have a pastel colour. Well, that's the plan. So leftover from last week is nothing in petrol, nothing in takeaways or groceries, but I do have a little bit of change. And I did have some, oh, there's a bit more, slightly unexpected expenses, but I took those out of groceries. I just made it work with what money I had in my wallet. So we'll give this a count later. Let's go ahead and stuff my envelopes for my wallet. Groceries is going to get 130 this week, and it's the big girl's birthday this week. We're going to do a picnic for her in the park, and then we're going on a scavenger hunt, which I paid for months ago. It's really nice to have that all organised and paid for, I can tell you. Petrol's going to get 40, that's the normal. And for the picnic lunch, I've kind of like made a quiche thing, put that in the freezer, and we'll do cheese and crackers and stuff like that, and I'll make a cake. So I'm not planning on putting extra money into the budget for food. We'll just use what we've got. Takeaways though is getting 20. That's kind of, I guess this is a backup if there's potentially snacky food that she would really like to have that I don't normally buy because it's really expensive. I've got a little bit of extra there. So I'll pop those in my wallet. On to allowance. This is the last week that I am paying her $13. Just let me make change here. So once again, I don't have any dollar coins, so sadly she's going to get my shrapnel, but you know, it's all money, isn't it? So that's for her. I'll put it off to the side. That $2 becomes part of the stuffing. We're going to go into these variable expenses. Oh, I did a massive shop update. It took me twice as long as I thought it would take, but my felt shop is all up to date now, and I want to thank, so is my Etsy. I really want to thank those of you who chose to shop with me this week. There was a bit of a bump up in sales. I'm waiting for a few more payments to come in, and then I'll hopefully on Sunday at the end of my business week, I'll do a wee tot up and round up and share that with you. I'm still not at the break even point, because if you've been along on this journey with me, you'll know back at the start I had to seed the business, like I had to lend the business some money from my savings, and also a family member lent me some money. So we're still in the process of paying that back, and still of course buying materials and packaging and paying your listing fees. So we are definitely getting there, and this last week really helped me. So I just want to say cheers, thanks so much. Household is getting a tenner. Oh, so I know this because a couple of years ago we had an outbreak or an infestation of moths in our carpet, and they have reared their ugly head again. The other night I was lying in bed reading with my side lamp on, and I looked up on the ceiling and it was just covered in these bloody moths. Excuse my French, but yeah. You know, they eat the carpet, right, because our carpet is wool, but they also eat everything else that is wool. So I've been spending that money on going and buying those vacuum bags to put all our winter woolens and our wool blankets and stuff in those bags that suck out all the air to stop these moths eating those. But I also do a lot of sewing, and I've got a stash of fabric, and I really like wool fabric and silk and stuff like that, all the stuff that they want to eat. Sorry, bent over. 10 in pin money, probably going to spend that on vacuum cleaner bags. Beauty is looking a lot thinner because I did have that appointment. Very happy with my hair though, looks lovely. I've got 25 left. Am I giving this anything? I'm giving this 5. So this will help pay for the the pastel hair dye stuff that I need to get. And then nothing else in this folder. I think clothes we're skipping. It is empty. I'll start stuffing it again next week. I did go and buy I bought a singlet, like a tank top, but it's a really nice organic cotton one. It's one I've had my eye on, and I guess I hesitate to call myself a minimalist, because if you came to my house you would see that I have a lot of stuff, but I kind of have that minimalist approach to clothing. I just want to buy the stuff that I really like, that I know will last, and I want to look after it. So yeah, that's all gone. Giving has got $20 in it, and we're not going to give it any more this week. Now on to the pink binder. This is sort of my main focus, or has been this month, is getting these sinking funds built up. As you all know, I went and had a big trip to the dentist, and now I've got 50, 60, 70, 80 left. I'm going to give it 5. I need to get this up to 150, and when I do, I kind of relax a bit because I know that I've got enough there to do my next root planing appointment. And I've made myself a dental fund tracker. I put these in the shop. Aren't they cute? I've got little teeth. I don't know that teeth are necessarily cute, but these teeth are, I can live with them. So my plan is to get dentist up to 150, so I know I've funded my next appointment, and I'm on a cancellation list that could happen at any time. Beyond that, it'd be really nice in the future to have $1,000 in my emergency savings account that was like ring fence, that was just for dental funds. If I've learned anything about the last couple of years of having to go to dental appointments, it's that prevention is way better than having to fix, basically not funding dental appointments for many years. There were, when I was married, there were always other things the family needed to spend money on, and I always put myself last. Don't do that. Don't be me. Health is getting $10, and it has 65. So putting that 10 in funds my last month's worth of prescription, unfunded prescription. So I can breathe easy with that. I also bought kids vitamins, but I bought them out of the groceries last week. So out of $120 last week for groceries money, I think only 70 of that we spent on actual groceries. So 130 bucks this week is definitely needed, and we need to spend that on food. But yeah, anyway, same thing with the health. I put 10 in today. We can go back to slowly funding it. We don't have to like go crazy on it. Kids Fun is going to get 12, so it's going to get that random 2. So there's $4 in there. It's got 34. Just nice to have a little bit of extra money in case we want to go to the zoo or go and see a kids play or something over the school holidays that, you know, costs a bit of money. Fur bays, still no kittens. We are doing 20 in here. So we have 50, 70, 85. This is one that I, you know, am going to be really focusing on building up. And it's another one that I made a cute little challenge for. In some ways, I prefer the smaller amounts. So there's different amounts on each one of the toes, and each of the toe beans, the top parts of the pad, are $5. So off screen, actually, I might update this. This is for $600. Again, I sell it. If $600 isn't enough for you, I can change around the amounts for you, make it work for your budget. So that's going into fur bays, and next week we'll see that all being coloured. And then the last one, car, is not getting anything this week, but again, I'm going to put that $1,000 car fund tracker in here. That's sort of my target. You know, again, I would love it if I had an emergency fund and then I had an additional $1,000 for car and $1,000 for dental. Yeah, so dreams and schemes. Christmas and birthdays is fully funded, and we're not putting anything in there until the start of next year. But we are going to stuff some cash, the remaining cash there, into our savings challenges today. Yeah, so emergency savings. Now, I have to fess up here. I have dipped into my emergency funds. And when I looked at it, I was supposed to have $755 in here. That $5, I don't know where it went, but I just took it out of my spending money last week and put it in there so that it matched. I did something wrong when I was putting money in the bank. But then I have dipped into it and spent $128, and that is because I got a notice home to say that my big girl is going on school camp in term 1 next year, and they wanted a payment for the fees for the camp before the end of school. Plus also with the list and that they're doing a proper tramp. And I mean, like, my ex-husband got all of that kind of outdoor gear, so there's going to be a bit of spending around there. I'll probably go into that later on down the track. Anyway, I don't feel great about it, but that 128, I might have a plan about building that back up, and it involves doing a little bit of sewing of bridesmaids dresses for a friend who's getting married next year. Kids savings, I'm going to skip. Ninja goals, what am I doing here? I'm doing 10. So really reflecting on for next month, the last month of the year, where my focus needs to be. It's to close out these 2 savings challenges. I'm really itching to start a new one, but I think I just need to finish what's on my plate. The Ninja Goals one has always been for my little, to be able to go to karate or taekwondo or, you know, some sort of martial arts class term 1 next year. I'll do that because I haven't bought my marker. I'll do that off camera. So it's 10 in there. The Waitangi Day one, someone said, oh, just asking, why do you save for Waitangi Day? And I said, oh, just because that time of year tends to be, well, for me, I tend to run out of money because paying for Christmas and whatnot. It's getting 20 today. This is going towards school camp and buying things that the big girl needs for school camp. So it's got 20, 30, 40, 55, 57. Hey, so that's all good. Oh, I'm going to be back. No, I'm going to count this. I'm going to count this for you. $7.40 in the jar, and because it's the end of the month, I'm going to take this down to my bank and get it changed up into notes. I'll leave the little bits and pieces in here for next month, but you know, I'll try and get some notes out of it. I've also got that $5 at the back here. This pouch change jar is just for like notes as I get them through the month. And so a plan with some of that is to use my treat yourself. Again, I wasn't going to start this month, but it's occurred to me that this time next year is about the time that I'm looking at Black Friday sales, and I'm thinking that I would like to buy myself a new dress for Christmas Day and buy the kids some new clothes. So yeah, I am going to start stuffing this here, and if there's anything left over, then I'll redistribute it throughout the budget. The other challenge that I'm really itching to start is this cute little $400 one. It's I have $1,000 ones and $2,000 ones, but I thought I would just make it easy on myself and start with a small one. So it starts at $5, and each of these is a wee pouch that you can put money in, and it steps up as you go, but then the biggest amount is 30. So it's totally doable within my budget at the moment. And this is the last thing. I have been busy making. These have gone really, really well on my felt shop. As I said, I'm waiting for a few people to pay, and if they don't, they'll go back on. So if you're really keen for one, yeah, there's one I'm just waiting for someone to pay, but they haven't contacted me yet, and it's been a couple of days. And I find that if they don't contact you and they don't pay you, it's a bit like the Trade Me thing. I mean, how long do you leave it? I usually leave it a week, and if I haven't heard anything from them, then I ask for my sales fees, commissions back, and then I just pop it back in. Anyway, this little binder here, it only has 5 pockets. These were the leftovers. The ones I sell have 12 pockets, so you could do one a month or one a week for 12 months. I have labelled these with my absolute essentials. There's rent, variable expenses, groceries, petrol basically, utilities, insurance, and subscriptions. And I'm going to try to use this binder next year to get a month ahead, because talking to others in a similar situation to me, and that is finishing out my study and looking for a job, it's dawned on me that the moment I get a job, my allowance gets cut off, and depending on whether the job pays weekly, fortnightly or monthly, I might have to fund this stuff for up to a month. So try not to get anxious about it, but might be a good idea to start to get ahead. So you'll see that next year for sure. But later on in the week, I'm going to come and stuff this guy. Thank you for being here today and listening to me waffle away. I feel like this has been a really chatty video. Normally I just get on with the thing. I hope you enjoyed it though. Kia ora, have a nice day.